What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be doing a tier list, and it's going to be a tier list of the best Dark Matter cards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So lads, we got the Dark Matters today, we got Opals tomorrow, and then we have got what do we have the next day? Pink Diamonds. That is the tier that is lower than a Galaxy Opal. But yeah, so anyway, we have got this right here. So first of all is Allen Iverson. I mean, he is one of the worst Dark Matters in the game. Is Iverson bad? Not really. Like, you might say he's weak, but I mean, I don't think he's terrible. I think he's not spectacular. I don't think he's terrible, but at the end of the day, worthless tier is right for him. Actually, he is pretty terrible. Let's be real, he is pretty terrible. Then we got Wiggins. I mean, Wiggins is solid. He's solid. He's like better than Jimmy Butler. It's either A or B for Wiggins. He's 6'8", got decent wingspan. Not the greatest on next gen. But I mean, he seems to be decent as well. He seems to be pretty decent. So I'll go B, but he might get moved up to A. We'll see how we go. Jameson, S. I'm gonna say S for Jameson. If you think Jameson's A, that's fine, but for me, he's S. I rate him super, super highly. Okay, then we have got Anthony Davis, 80. B? Yeah, B. I think B is probably the fair spot for him. Again, a good shooter. He's a little bit small. He's a little bit small, but that's really it. He's pretty much perfect in terms of everything else. And definitely a player that I do rate kind of highly. Definitely not A tier. B tier is fine. Anthony Edwards. As far as Dark Matters go, I mean, are we looking at E tier? D tier? I'll go E. I'll go E tier for now, but you never know. He might end up being better than E tier. Bailey Howell. I mean, in my opinion, Bailey Howell, because his release is like very close to Wiggins. I'm not quite sure he's as good as, like, he's got an unbelievable release. He does have an unbelievable release. His movement is really good. He's just a little bit undersized, but I do rate him, so I'll give him B tier. Bam Adebayo, C. In my opinion, he's not as good as the other guy, the other Bam. I personally think the other Bam Adebayo is just better than him, and let me explain to you why. I think the other Bam is better because he has got, I'm struggling right now. This Bam can't curry slide on either gen. The other Bam can curry slide on next gen. I don't think Bam's great on current gen anyway. And the fact that Bam cannot curry slide, whereas he can curry slide on, or this Bam can curry slide, whereas the other Bam can curry slide, is a little bit of a problem. If you guys don't know, you can curry slide a 6'9" at any weight on next gen, whereas you need to be under a certain weight if you're 6'10". This Bam Adebayo is 6'10". The other Bam Adebayo is 6'9". So basically what ended up happening is that this Bam right here can't curry slide because he's 6'10". The other one can curry slide because he's 6'9". So that is basically it. Why I prefer the other Bam to this Bam. Ben Simmons, S-A. I mean, it's tough. If you're asking me who I would rather run a power forward, Ben Simmons or Jameson, it would be Jameson, but who's the better overall card? I mean, probably Simmons. That's a close one. But there are, I'll see the way the point guards are. Ben Wallace, A. Ben Wallace is class. He is class, lads. He is one of the better shooters in the game. His defense is unreal. He's basically like a downgraded Bill Russell. Speaking of Bill Russell's S. Bill Russell is an upgraded, slightly upgraded Ben Wallace, and like, there's not that much of a difference. Obviously, Bill Russell is Ray Allen based, which is one of the best releases in the game. Bill Russell, I said it when he came out, and I stand by it, that there's a good chance he will remain a top 10 card at the very end of the year. Blake's in that BAM tier, isn't he? He's only okay. Honestly, I think I would put Invincible. Invincible Blake would be A tier. He wouldn't be S tier. And again, there's no one's even going to get Invincible Blake because they priced people out of getting him. So that's a great job there by 2K. But yeah, Invincible Blake Griffin. Sorry, not Invincible Blake. This Blake here at the power forward is very similar to the Invincible Blake. He can shoot. He plays a little bit of defense. But he's only okay. Bob McAdoo. I think AD's better than McAdoo, but McAdoo's class. I rate Bob McAdoo more than higher than most people rate Bob McAdoo. I think he is a chicken man. Like base 5, he is a chicken man. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in B tier. Bull, obviously S tier. Probably the most broken card in the game. One of the most broken cards in MyTEAM history. Although I will say thank you, Michael Porter Jr. for being the gatekeeper and stopping everybody from getting Bull. Bradley Beal, B tier. He is like Ray Allen, but better. He is a better version of Enshrined Ray Allen. On next gen, again, he is fantastic because his blinders and stuff. Current gen, I don't rate him highly, which is why he's in B tier, but next gen, he is class. Ray Allen base, half blinders, on very quick. Like, he is literally just better version of Enshrined Ray Allen. And he grew to 6'5" as well. Ingram's like better Wiggins. Ingram is like honestly just better Wiggins, so it's tough. It's tough with him. Do I put B or A? I'm gonna go high B. I go high B for him right here. Like, you would definitely argue him being an A tier, to be honest. You really could, but I'm gonna say high B tier. So then we got Carmelo Anthony. He sucks. He's worthless. Chris Bosh, perfect into D tier. Like, it's a weird one. Like, I do kind of rate Bosh. Nah, I rate Bosh as much as I rate Blake. I do rate Bosh, but the Opal's the same card as him. Which obviously is not the most ideal thing in the world. The fact that his Galaxy Opal and his Pink and his Dark Matter are the same card. But at the end of the day, that's not going to be held against him. So I think C tier is probably the right spot for him. Okay. Then we got Weber. Hey, Weber's good. I'm putting Weber with Kemba base. Weber's going into he's going to B tier. So Weber's release is good. Weber's dribbling's good. He's 6'9". He's a tiny bit undersized, but he's good, man. He's just like he's the downgraded Jameson. That's the best way to put him. He's a downgraded Jameson. If you want to argue that he's in even an A tier, you can. I don't know why I was thinking putting him in C tier. He's actually really good. I keep forgetting they gave Weber an unbelievable release on his Idols card, and he's kept it. Like, Kemba released on very quick. Yeah, it's not quite excellent quick, but still, it's a pretty good release. So he is one of, for me, one of the more underrated cards in the game, especially because he's only costing you around, what's he costing you? Around like 50k-ish. As far as Dark Matters go, he's definitely underrated. Dame E. He's better than Iverson. He's better than Melo. I'm not gonna say Dame's worthless. Dame's bad. Don't get me wrong. Dame's bad. But he is most definitely better than Iverson and Carmelo Anthony. I mean, Melo's just a straight up trash can. He was a trash can when he came out. And that was one of the funny things. Like, I was all off the Melo hype train at the time. Then we got Granger. Granger. Can we get someone for D tier? Because Granger's C tier as well. He's one of the more underrated cards in this game. He is definitely one of those underrated cards in this game. Because he's basically just James Worthy. And again, I know people aren't always too hyped about James Worthy. Because, well, again, he's James Worthy. So people are never really going to be that hyped about that card. But still, I think that I think that he's not bad. He's just, again, it's just that he's a card we already have. Which is just kind of the problem with him, is that he's a card we already have, but yeah, and he's a worse position. But at the end of the day, it's not like he's not one of the better cards in the game. So, see. Fox E tier. He's Jamarant, but he's an upgraded Jamarant, but he's left-handed. Buggy Cousins. C. A lot of people. We need to find a D tier player soon. But a lot of people do rate what's his name very, very highly. They rate Buggy highly. But he is a trash can on next gen. Like, apparently he's very good on current gen. But like, he is a legit trash can on next gen. So I can't put him above C tier. DeMar DeRozan, wherever Bailey Howell is, B tier. That's where he belongs, I think. D Rose, E tier. You know what? I would put Invincible D Rose in E tier, but just to get somebody in D tier, I'm gonna have to put him there. Like Rose, I know his stats and stuff are worse than the Aaron Fox, but I mean they're the same. They're gonna play the exact same way. The Rose, the Aaron Fox. There's about 15 6'3" point guards all play the exact same way in game, and that's just the unfortunate truth about it, is they're basically the same card. So yeah, he is going in here into E tier. And D Rose is just really too small to be effective. Like, obviously, he is the troll. He was the troll invincible card last week. Whereas there was Kareem, Giannis, and Shaq. And then if you could also get D Rose, who was most definitely the troll invincible card. A lot of people were talking, saying that they wished that the Rose was for Jalen Rose, and I mean, so does everybody. I think everyone would have rather seen Jalen Rose and Derrick Rose, but look, it is what it is. Devin Booker. Booker's okay. He's the best Booker we've ever seen in 2K, but he's still only C tier. Like, I don't personally think that Booker is anything spectacular, so C tier is for him. Van Aerdale. Richard Van Aerdale. He's so effective in terms of 3 hunting on next gen. If you know what you're doing with Van Aerdale, he's elite. He's like a modern day version of a Hondo. Like what Hondo was back then is what Richard Van Aerdale is now. So he's like a great card. So yeah, he's going A tier. He's a little bit undersized, but I still think he's A tier. Dikembe. Oh, I think he's so good. I'm going to have to put him in A tier because I don't think he belongs as an S tier center, but he's class. Dikembe is so good. Dirk. Very underrated. A very, very underrated player. But again, Dirk is a legitimate great shooter, great dribbler. He can go side to side, and again, there's nothing wrong with Dirk. He's an invincible Dirk. Draymond. C. Draymond's a cone. He's a cone. And I mean, like there are worse players. There are definitely worse players than these guys, but I'll say, yeah, C tier. Drazen, E. Drazen's not very good. Drazen really is not very good, lads. Again, can he shoot the ball? Yes. Can he do anything else? Not really. Screw it. No, Drazen's there purely because he's a limited reward. I'll put him to D tier. He belongs to D tier. Dwight Howard. I've used Dwight. I don't like him. I don't like Dwight Howard very much. I don't think he's bad. But I don't think he's great either. I really don't think Dwight Howard is great. So I'm going to put Dwight Howard into B tier. Dwayne Wade. B tier, but in the right hands, he's A tier. So if any of you guys in the comment section saying you have so much success with Dwayne Wade and you love this card, I mean, I'm kind of with you. I'm fine with that one. Okay, Elgin Baylor, B. He's like mini Luka. He's like not quite as good, smaller Luka Doncic. He's been the best limited award so far, and I still think maybe Ralph Sampson, but Elgin Baylor I think still will be good at the end of the game. Not going to be getting great at the end of the game, but it'll still be good. Elvin Hayes, E tier. I'm not putting him worthless here because he was a free login award, and I do not personally believe that I can put a free login award not named Trae Young and worthless. Gary Payton. Payton's a little bit better than these guys. Payton's D tier. Payton's definitely D tier. About 6'4". I have to get through these a little bit quicker. 6'4", decent shooter, decent dunker. Gervin, B tier. I think I rate him a little bit too low on my top 100 list, but like, I don't know what it is with Gervin. He's just okay. Wilkins, C. He's like a much worse version of Van Aerdel, but he's got a longer wingspan. But I'm not too high on him. I'm honestly not too high on the card, but he's not bad by any means. If you got him, fair play. Okay, Giannis, point guard Giannis. I'll give point guard Giannis S. I'll give PG Giannis S tier. It's just how effective he is. But at the same time, I don't think... Actually, you know what? I was going to say with Invincible Giannis, I actually think point guard Giannis might be more effective than Invincible Giannis. They're basically the same card and one to play point guard. Invincible Giannis... I mean, I have to put a Giannis in S tier, don't I? If I've got like Jameson, get down there. As much as I love Jameson belongs with these guys. He does not belong in the Giannis conversation. Gilbert Arenas, because of Trey Burke base, I'm going to give him D tier. But he's like no different than these guys. He's the best of them. Glenn, C. So disappointing. We all thought we were going to have base 98 Glenn again. Even way base Glenn. But no, we got Glenn. Base 13 and all his cards. I mean, is he unusable? No. Is he great? No. Gordon Hayward. I mean, he's fine. He's got 28, but I mean, is the wingspan short than his height? So, I get it. Some people might be quite high on Gordon Hayward. Personally, I'm just not. So, I got D tier for him. Okay, then we got Gilbert or Grant Hill, B. Yeah, if Simmons is A, Grant Hill's B. He's like a lower version of a Ben Simmons. Horace Grant is one tier below Bob McAdoo. I don't mind him. I actually got Horace Grant on Friday in my last Ascension. So he is in C tier. Again, not a bad card. Not an incredible card. Not a bad card. James Harden, B. A little bit undersized. Actually moves okay. His jumper is pretty good. It's a little bit undersized, and I just think there are better options. Personally, I think KPJ is better. Like Opal KPJ is better than him. I think there are a lot of better options than Harden. James Worthy, one tier above where Danny Granger is, B tier. I don't think he's one of the elite cards in the game, but to say he's bad is just wrong. He's a really good defender. He gets good animations. I just don't like his release. Ja, second to bottom tier. You know what? We're going to fill out the bottom tier now. We're 20 minutes in. Let's fill out the bottom tier. You're in the bottom tier. You're in the bottom tier. 2 6'1" point guards. Where is Nurkic? Yusuf Nurkic, you go into the garbage man tier. Where's Trae Young? Trae Young, you're in the garbage man tier. I'm trying to think, are there any other garbage men? And like, to be in that bottom tier, you gotta well and truly be a garbage man. You know what? I'm actually gonna put one of the players I actually do kind of like in real life into the garbage man tier. Yeah, I think... Oh, sorry. Louis Dampier, you're in the garbage man tier. And I'm actually going to put Jonas Valanciunas into the garbage man tier with his set shot. I know you might be saying, like, oh, how do I put Jonas Valanciunas? He's got some good stats. I really don't rate him. I don't rate him at all. Like, you would think that just some of the stuff that he does, he's a decent shooter. And I'm always one, like, I don't even mind a lot of set shots. I just don't like Valanciunas. I think it's because does he have Aldridge upper? There's just something about his specific set shot that just really, really, just feels really awkward anytime I'm trying to use it. So, for me, he is in the bottom tier. Then we got Jared Allen. We got mini Moses Malone. He basically Moses Malone, the same SIGs, and B tier. Sorry, but he's an inch taller with slightly different stats. He's got the same SIGs, exact same SIGs as Moses Malone. But Jared Allen, I've seen him be used in a couple of competitive games, but again, like, every one of these cards that are coming out nowadays are so good that almost anyone can use them if they really want to in competitive games. So Jared Allen is B tier. Tatum, B as well. He doesn't quite belong in that upper echelon of players. And like, I might, like, yeah, some of these B tier guys you might argue should be in A tier, some of them should be in C tier, but Tatum belongs in B. Invincible Tatum will be A tier though. Invincible Tatum will be A. He's significantly better on next gen, not much better on current gen. Jeremy Grant, B. I mean, I just really like his release. I like his player build, and I really like his release. So for me, Jeremy Grant is going into this tier. If you want to put Grant in a lower tier, that's fine. I don't think anyone will put him in a higher tier. But yeah, that's where he's going. Lin, oh, Lin sucks. I used Lin on Friday. I did not think he was going to be as bad as he was for me. He just felt so slow. And like, I use a lot of 6'3" players. So it's not like the height would have been the biggest turn off for me. Like, I use a lot of smaller players. Like, I use a lot of like 6'4" players, and I play fine with them. I used Wall for the longest time. He didn't feel slow. But like, using Jeremy Lin was just different. He was shocking. But yeah, so next we're on to Jerry Lucas. I'm going to put Lucas in D tier because if you can get used to his upper, he is actually a really, really good card. But the problem is that getting used to his upper is not something that everybody can do, because it is a chest pass. He has the Joakim Noah chest pass upper, which is very, very awkward for a lot of people. So yeah, for me anyway, I got him in this tier. Okay, so Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Buckets, B tier. I don't like Jimmy Buckets, but he's like a slightly worse version of Wiggins. I know a lot of people are kind of high on this card. I do not really like Jimmy Butler. I am not a fan of Jimmy Butler at all in my team, really. So next we have got Joel Embiid. Is A gas in it? Because I think he's really good. But it's like, is he better than Dirk and Mutombo? Is he on Dirk and Mutombo here? I think he is. I actually think he is. I don't think I'm gassing it too much. Maybe you could put him near the top of B tier. I think that wouldn't, if you think he's there, I don't think you're too far off the mark. But no, I'm going to go A tier Embiid. Wall's in the Payton tier. Wall is in the Gary Payton tier. Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson is going... Clarkson C tier. His height is okay, but I don't know, there's just something about him I didn't like when I used him. I only used him on current gen though, so make it out what you will, but I think this tier is the right place. JR C, maybe low C. He's just a worse version of Kevin Porter Jr.'s, he's a worse version of KPJ's Galaxy Opal. And he's a worse version of KPJ's Dark Matter as well. There's just something about J.R. Smith versus Kevin Porter Jr. And the thing is, like, I always used to say, I was like, I have J.R. Smith. I don't have KPJ. For me, there's no advantage. to me saying that KPJ is better. It's just, I don't know what it is. KPJ is just better. But I think C tier is the right spot for him. B tier for Julius Erving. Same tier as Jimmy Butler, I guess. Julius Randle, D tier. He's not as bad. Everyone going crazy saying update the badges. Like, they literally can't update the badges. Unless they can't refund badges for people that upgrade their badges already. That's one thing 2K can't do. And I actually do hope that 2K go back to what they did last year. And don't allow people to add badges anymore. Like, that's one of the things. I get it. I do think because of the way that they can monetize badges, I do think that it's something that's never going to go. But it would be something that I would like to see go. Because I thought it brought a little bit more balance last year. Then we got Reem. I mean, C tier because the B tier centers are going to be the likes of Shaq and Wilt. So I don't think Reem's quite as good as them. So I'm going to go C tier, but it's a close one. This Reem, S. So Giannis is the only non-invincible player so far in S tier. Cat. Cat's B. Cat's B. Cat's not bad. Cat's not bad at all. He's one of the lower B cards, but he is B tier. Kawhi Leonard. I mean, get into S. Get into S tier right there. Kawhi Leonard, fantastic. Or is he S? Yeah, because we don't have any 2 guards up here. Yeah, I'll put Kawhi Leonard in S tier. Kevin Durant. S as well. He is that top tier player in the game. He is one of those top tier players. So for me, again, Kevin Durant up here in S tier. Kevin Garnett, B tier. You could argue A tier, but he's B for me. His release is decent. Yeah, I'll give him there. So Kevin Porter Jr. 1 tier above J.R. Smith, B tier. Although he is not quite as good as his Opal. His Opal is actually better than him. Kobe, B. Kobe's B tier. Again, he's a current gen player. And not a great next, awful on next gen. So I'll give him B tier. And we got this Kobe. I think this Kobe, this Kobe's A tier. No. Do I move Kobe down to C? Yeah, I'm gonna give Kobe C tier. But this Kobe definitely A tier. I don't think he's quite S tier level. But I don't think he's that far off. I really don't think he is that far off because, yeah, he's a little bit on his size, but I rate him very highly. I know most people don't rate him highly, but for me, I think he can shoot, he dribbles well, he's very, very good, and he can actually speed burst. Kristaps. A, but it's close. A, but it's really close. So yeah, for me, I'm gonna go A tier for him. Yeah, I think that's the best way we can go about it. Okay, so then we have got Lamar Odom. B. LaMelo Ball. Because of how he moves, I'm giving LaMelo Ball A tier. And he moves very much like he moved in 2K20. And I really like that movement. LaMelo just feels different when you're dribbling around with him. So I'm going to put LaMelo Ball into A tier. But if you want to move LaMelo Ball down tiers, I'm still fine with that. Like, I don't think he's objectively too good to be in B tier. LeBron, point guard, A. A good shooter. Definitely not Giannis level, in my opinion. I think definitely not Giannis level. But A tier is definitely where he should be. This LeBron, well, this one's a controversial one. I'm putting LeBron in B. I don't think he's better than Chris Webber, in my opinion. I get it, he gets good animations, but I don't even think he's the best in B tier. Yes, positions do matter. Again, it's not the be all and end all of everything, but like, again, this LeBron can't shoot the corners on current gen, so B. Exumbron, S. So we got a LeBron in S, we got an A, a LeBron in A, and we got a LeBron in B. So X and Bron, if you guys don't know why we call him X and Bron, because he no longer has LeBron James release, he now has XM release. So an XM release is one of the best releases in the game, which is huge, to be honest. It's absolutely huge. Like, there are very few players that 2K will give that release to, and they gave it to Dante Exum instead of LeBron James. So yeah, that is an interesting one anyway. But yeah, now let's go to Lonnie Walker, D. He's got a meh release and he's a little bit undersized. Can't play to 1. Or can he play? No, he can't play to 1. D tier. Lonzo, B tier. If KPJ's in B, Lonzo's got to be in B, I guess. So yeah, Lonzo's in B tier. I do think Lonzo and KPJ are very, very comparable. I think they're very comparable. I know some people might disagree. I do think they're very close. Okay, then we have got Luka Doncic. I'm gonna get heat for this, but A. I don't rate this card that highly. I've used him enough times. There's just something about him that I don't like. I've never been destroyed by him. I play him every second game and I don't get destroyed by him. Like, Luka doesn't strike fear in me like these guys do. Maybe Kawhi down, but like Luka, you could definitely argue Luka in S, or an S tier, but for me, I have Simmons above Luka. Magic Johnson, enshrined, same as Grant Hill, Invincible, A tier. They're very similar, but they're somewhere between A and B, so I'll just put one in A and one in B. Brogdon. Where's Clarkson? No, he's at Iggy base. D tier. Malik Beasley, D tier. He's like worse Glenn Rice. This Michael Jordan, at this stage, E tier. This Michael Jordan, however, A. Jordan's not quite S tier because he's a little bit small and he's not Kawhi. As in, Kawhi is just enough better than him to go into S tier. Again, Kawhi's got a better release. Kawhi's got a better wingspan. Defensive animations are very similar. So I'm putting Kawhi over him, but Jordan getting to A tier. Michael Porter Jr., the gatekeeper. I have only used him on current gen, so I don't know. I think next gen he's probably A tier, but having only used him on current gen, I gotta put the gatekeeper in B tier. But again, anyway, as always, Michael Porter Jr., I do have to give a thank you for all you have done to stop the cheese in my team. And speaking of Michael Porter Jr., the gatekeeper, lads, if you have made it this far in the video, I have actually started up a new channel, and there is no guarantee that this channel we do too much with this channel. There is no guarantee, but I just made it just in case I decide I want to do something with this. So I have made a new channel, and just in case any of you guys saw this channel pop up at any stage and you didn't know if it was me or not, this is the channel. It is the DBG Shorts channel. So I just realized I am not even yet subscribed to it. So a link will be in the description, lads. So what I'm going to basically do is I've been posting quite a lot on TikTok, and I will be posting a lot of my TikToks and just kind of things that are way, way too short to make videos on. Like a lot of the Twitter videos I post on TikToks, I'll just be reposting onto here. It's not going to be too much absolutely groundbreaking content, but if you guys are interested in that, a link will be in the description. Let's see if we can get this channel to, just say, like 500 subs by the end of the week. That would be, or by tomorrow, that would be absolutely insane. And also, lads, I will be uploading a new podcast today to the Mick channel. So again, we've been just uploading once a week. We've been uploading the old podcasts. I have not uploaded kind of like reaction type videos in quite a while, and I will get back to doing that at some stage. I've just been super busy recently, so a link to that channel will be in the description as well. But yeah, the DBG Shorts channel, just in case any of you guys, well, it's only 4 viewers, any of you guys did see this popping up and then something like this is in fact my channel. So, speaking of Gatekeeper, B tier. Then we have got Nikola Vucevic, D, can't really shoot. OG Anunoby, we're 35 minutes in, so I can't really spend too much longer going over these players, but OG Anunoby, C, a little bit of length. You know, you could argue B tier. He probably should be B tier, but let's just give him C tier. Oscar Robertson, C. I'll give OG B. OG's B. Oscar Robertson's like a worse version of Harden. Siakam. Man, I thought Siakam was going to be great this year. They came out with Siakam too late. Siakam's B tier. He's high B tier, but he's B tier. PG. A tier. Really great length. He's probably like, he's one of the perfect like 3 and D 2 guards to run in this game. And if you like PG base, he's probably a top 2 or 3 2 guard in this game. Ray Allen. Wherever Bradley Beal is. Did I put Beal in? I did put Beal in B tier, didn't I? Yeah, Beal's in B tier, so Ray Allen's in B tier. They're the same. They're the same card. They're the same card. Except I think Beal's slightly better. Robert Parrish, he stinks. He's E tier. He's in no hot zones, no jump shot. He's terrible. Rudy Gobert. He's not bad. Rudy Gobert is going Ream tier. He's going C tier, potentially B tier. Rudy Gobert is really good. Russell Westbrook, E tier. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, C or B? I'll go C, but if you want to argue B, that's perfectly fine. He's really good. Shaquille O'Neal, getting to B tier. Shaquille O'Neal, getting to S tier. So, yeah. There is a big difference between these Shaqs. Gallo Shaq and normal Shaq, there's a huge difference. And the biggest difference is Gallo base. But I mean, Gallo base, quick or he's either quick or shifty, I'm not sure which one. Pro 2 side to side, like, there's no comparison between the Shaqs. There's no comparison. Kemp, outside of having the normal 2 side to side, he brings nothing. So, D, he's weak. Steph Curry, I'm sorry to all Steph fans. I'm putting Steph down and worthless. I'm putting Steph down. Screw it. To keep Steph fans happy, I'll put him in E tier. Nash, E. Thon. Thon's A. Thon's definitely A tier. 7 foot tall, wing, good enough shooter, good defender, A tier. Thurl Bailey. So Thurl Bailey, where does he belong? B. His release a little bit iffy, but that's the only problem with him. He's still a 6'11 wing. Duncan C. Duncan C tier. I don't care that he's an invincible card. Duncan is most definitely C tier. He's nothing spectacular. TJ Warren, I hate him. I hate him so much. I don't know why I hate him. I should not hate this card. This is one of those cards where I'm like, this card on paper is unbelievable. And then I started using him and I'm like, I genuinely hate this guy. I used him in terms, I used him in unlimited. I've used him in so many situations and he has just been a straight garbage man every time I tried to use him. I don't know why. Tom's going a tier below. I'm going to put Tom and Wade a tier below Richard. Oh no, Richard went into... Does Richard lose a spot in A? I like Richard though. Yeah, I'll put those 2 guys a tier below. T-Mac, B and A. And it's a weird one. Like, you can definitely argue. I don't think there's much of a difference between the 2 T-Macs. This is one of the best cards in B, and this is one of the... This is a decent card in A. Screw it, I'm going to put this T-Mac in A. I don't think there's very much of a difference between the T-Macs. Having used both of them, I really don't think there's much of a difference. So, yeah, I'm going to put the T-Macs in A. Vince, B. A little bit on his side, but Vince was okay. Yeah, he wasn't worth it as a level 40, but I mean, he was fine. Like, there were a lot of worse cards in the game and a lot of worse opals. Wendell Carter Jr., wherever Anthony Davis is, which I think is B tier. Yeah, he's basically just another version of Anthony Davis. Willis Reed, He's C tier, because I'm pretty sure that's where I put Horace Grant, and they're basically the same card. Wilt Chamberlain, B, wherever Shaq is. B tier for Wilt. These last two. Zion, I'm going to go C tier for Zion. I'm going to go B tier for Levine. Mainly because Levine's way better in offense and Zion's a little bit undersized power forward and small forward. So yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. This is the tier list. This is where we have ranked all the best Galaxy Opals. We ranked nearly all of the Galaxy Opals in general. If I forgot any, I do apologize. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.